Hey everyone, my name is Britt Barron and I am a Lululemon ambassador at the Pasadena store in California. And the minute I heard about this goal funding opportunity, I knew exactly what I wanted to pitch. I think that it doesn't take an expert or a sociologist to see that we have some issues going on in our country surrounding race. We haven't found out how to have successful conversations, effective conversations, how to engage with people who think differently than us, who look differently than us, and that's had some massive negative impacts. We've seen race-based violence, we've seen hate crimes, all stemming from the reality that we cannot seem to reconcile these differences. And so my pitch is simple. How do we create an experience for people that can allow us to understand historical context of how we got here, engage in effective conversations, and grow through our differences in a way that we haven't seen happen in a while. And I think one of the single most effective things we've ever seen happen in our country with regards to race is the civil rights movement. And the civil rights movement, the beautiful thing about it and the wild thing about it is it wasn't even that long ago. So the people who were a part of it, who started it, who ran it, a lot of them are still alive. And so here's the idea. We get in a van, we get people who don't look like each other, different life experiences, different levels of understanding of race in our country. We get in a van and we go through the South. We visit historic sites from the civil rights movement. We interview people who were a part of it. We have conversations with one another and we allow that to open the scope of how we see and understand one another. As a Black woman in California who grew up in predominantly white neighborhoods in Colorado, I've seen firsthand like the extreme need for people to have better conversations and get real and honest when we talk about race. Because when we don't, it might seem like it's a little thing, but it impacts us in a big way. The end result is always violence. And so how do we get way ahead of that on the front end and say, how do we have conversations with one another, create experiences with one another, and have something meaningful? So I think the cool thing about this idea is I want it to impact more people than just who gets to come on the experience. I want to video it, I want to capture it, I want to catalog our conversations, and I want to use those to create more conversations and more experiences and more understanding within the entire Lululemon community, which I think could be really amazing. Just in the time that I've been an ambassador, I've realized how amazing Lululemon is, but still even this amazing company still seems to struggle with bridging this divide, with having diverse representation in its ambassadors and in its stores. And this could be a really cool opportunity. So that's my pitch. I think it's time to get real and honest and have these conversations in an effective way. And I hope we get to do it together.